Everyone talks about how to get rich, but almost no one talks about the 8 traps that destroy wealth faster than you can build it. If you don't know these traps, you will fall into them, just like millions of people do every year. Remember to like and subscribe for more Money Smart Basics videos. If you have any suggestions for financial literacy topics, please leave a comment. Let's talk about money. We all want more, but invisible traps, financial quicksand, keep many stuck no matter how hard they work. These aren't just small mistakes, they're deep-seated traps millions fall into daily, often without realizing. Today, we'll expose these traps and show you exactly how to escape, so you can finally build lasting wealth. Lifestyle inflation is a sneaky trap. Every time Dave the Saver gets a raise, his expenses rise too. Nicer apartment, new car, fancier vacations. He earns more, but his savings never grow. It feels like progress, but he's just running in place on a golden hamster wheel. The good news? There's a simple way to break the cycle. Want to escape lifestyle inflation? Try the 50% rule. Every time you get a raise or bonus, save and invest at least half of it, automatically. This way, you enjoy some of your new income, but your future self benefits even more. Over time, your savings rate grows, and you build wealth faster than you ever thought possible. Next, let's dive into a trap that is especially dangerous for the ambitious, hard-working people watching this, building a business that is, when you really look at it, just a high-stress, low-security job that you've created for yourself. This is the story of Lisa, the fake entrepreneur. Lisa is a talented graphic designer who got tired of working for a big agency. She decided to go freelance to be her own boss and control her own destiny. In the beginning, it was great. She landed a few clients, made more money than she did at her old job, and loved the freedom of setting her own hours. But, 2 years later, Lisa is completely burned out. She's working 70 hours a week, constantly juggling client demands, sending invoices, marketing her services, and doing all the actual design work herself. If she takes a vacation, her income drops to zero. If she gets sick, the entire business grinds to a halt. She technically owns a business, but the business owns her. She hasn't built a scalable asset, she's built a prison where she is the only inmate and the only guard. She has all the responsibilities of a business owner, but none of the true freedom that entrepreneurship promises. This is a massive, massive trap. The core of this problem is the failure to build systems. So many freelancers and small business owners like Lisa start out by trading their time for money. They are the business. Their personal effort is the only thing generating revenue. While this is a necessary first step for almost any service-based business, it becomes a trap when you never evolve beyond it. You become the bottleneck for your own growth. You can only take on so many clients, you can only work so many hours in a day, and as a result, your income has a hard ceiling that is directly tied to your personal capacity for work. This isn't true entrepreneurship. True entrepreneurship is about creating a system, a machine, that can generate revenue and value even when you're not actively working in it. Think about it. The owner of a McDonald's franchise doesn't have to be there flipping burgers for the business to make money. They own the system. Lisa, on the other hand, is the system. She is the burger flipper, the cashier, the marketer, and the janitor all rolled into one. Escaping this trap requires a fundamental mindset shift from being a doer to being a builder, from being a technician to being an owner. So, how does Lisa escape her self-made job and start building a real business that serves her, instead of the other way around? The first step is to meticulously document every single task she does in her business. From how she onboards a new client, to her design process, to how she sends an invoice and follows up on payment. She needs to create a standard operating procedure, or SOP, for everything. This sounds tedious, and frankly, it is. But it is the absolute foundation for creating a business that can run without you. You are essentially creating the instruction manual for your business machine. Once you have these processes documented, the next step is to begin outsourcing the lowest value, most time-consuming tasks. For Lisa, this might start with hiring a virtual assistant for a few hours a week to handle her email, scheduling, and invoicing. This might cost, say, $20 an hour, but if it frees up 5 hours of her time that she can then use for high-value design work that she bills at $100 an hour, it's an incredibly profitable trade. The goal is to systematically buy back your time by delegating tasks that are not your unique genius. You start with administrative tasks, then maybe bookkeeping, then marketing, and eventually, even some of the core service delivery. The ultimate level up here is to productize your service. Instead of offering custom, bespoke graphic design for every client, which requires her direct involvement every time, Lisa could create a set of tiered packages. For example, a startup logo package for a fixed price of $2,000 that includes a specific, repeatable process and a defined set of deliverables. This makes the service easier to sell, easier to price, and most importantly, easier to delegate. She could eventually hire another designer to execute these packages using her documented SOPs, paying them a portion of the fee and keeping the rest as profit. This is the path from freelancer to agency owner. It's the path from being a technician to being an architect. By documenting, outsourcing, and productizing, Lisa transforms her high-stress job into a scalable asset. She can now focus on working on the business, finding new clients, developing new service packages, managing her team, rather than working in the business doing all the labor. Her income is no longer tied to the hours she works. She has built a machine that makes money for her, and that right there is the definition of true entrepreneurial freedom. Meet Mike, the leveraged landlord. He dove into real estate, buying properties fast with creative financing, chasing cash flow and appreciation. Soon, he owned 10 rentals, but every dollar went to debt, no cash flow, no emergency fund. Mike's empire looked strong, but it was a fragile house of cards, ready to collapse with the slightest breeze. The key to responsible leverage: build a strong financial foundation. Forget no money down. Aim for a 20-25% down payment for real equity. Always keep at least 6 months of expenses in reserves. Buy for cash flow, not just appreciation. Scale slowly, reinvest your profits, and focus on long-term stability. Meet Emma, the panic seller. She started investing with excitement, watching her portfolio grow and feeling like a genius. But when the market dropped, fear took over. Emma sold everything at a loss, locking in her mistakes. The market soon recovered, but Emma was left on the sidelines, learning the hard way about emotional investing. How do you avoid emotional investing mistakes? The answer: a simple rules-based system. Use dollar-cost averaging. Invest a set amount regularly, no matter what the market does. Decide your asset allocation up front, stick to it, and rebalance once or twice a year. Set it, automate it, and stop checking daily. Let your rules build wealth so you can live your life. Meet Jake the Creator, a talented designer who built a thriving online brand, yet found himself trapped on the content hamster wheel. Jake worked non-stop, trading time for money, always posting to keep his business alive. He looked successful, but without building assets or systems. He was stuck running just to stay in place. How does Jake, or any freelancer, escape the hamster wheel? By shifting from trading time for money to building digital assets and automated income streams. Create once, sell forever. Like online courses or design templates. With automated systems, your business works for you. Even when you're on vacation, that's your exit ramp to freedom. Extreme minimalism is a money trap that's easy to fall into. Like Rachel, the tight saver, you can become so obsessed with saving every penny that you forget to actually live. You miss out on memories, relationships, and growth, all for a bigger number on a spreadsheet. Remember, the goal isn't to die with the most money, but to use your wealth to enjoy life and create opportunities. How do you balance saving for the future with enjoying life now? The answer is balanced minimalism, budgeting for happiness. Make a joy list, 10 things that truly bring you happiness, from travel to your favorite coffee. Add a joy fund to your budget, just like rent or groceries. Spend from it guilt-free, planned, intentional, and sustainable. That's real financial freedom. The seventh money trap is optimization addiction. Being so obsessed with making the perfect financial decision, you end up doing nothing at all. You spend weeks analyzing, but miss out on real opportunities and peace of mind. Wealth should bring freedom, not anxiety. Good enough, done today, beats perfect, done never. Break free from financial stress with the Freedom Spend Plan. Automate your savings first, then spend the rest, guilt-free, on what brings you joy. Treat fun spending as essential, not a failure. Focus on what matters, and use your money to build a life you love. The shortcut mentality is the most destructive money trap. Always chasing the next big thing, Tyler risks it all for instant riches, crypto, stocks, get-rich-quick schemes. But these shortcuts rarely work. Most end up losing money, time, and hope, while real wealth takes patience and discipline. So, if chasing shortcuts is the trap, what's the escape? It's not sexy, it's not flashy, and it won't make you a millionaire by next Tuesday, but it is the single most reliable path to financial freedom. I call it the proven wealth formula, and honestly, it's incredibly simple. It breaks down into 4 essential steps. Earn more, spend less than you earn, invest the difference wisely, and, this is the most important part, repeat this process consistently over a long period of time. That's it. That's the whole secret. Every financially successful person you know has, in some form or another, mastered this fundamental equation. Let's break it down. First, earn more. This means actively looking for ways to increase your income, whether it's asking for a raise, developing new skills to get a promotion, starting a side hustle, or building a scalable business. Your income is your most powerful wealth-building tool, and the more you can increase it, the more fuel you have for your financial engine. Second, spend less. This doesn't mean you have to live like a monk, but it does mean being intentional with your spending, avoiding lifestyle inflation, and making sure your expenses are significantly lower than your income. This creates a surplus, which is the raw material for building wealth. Third, invest the difference. This is where the magic of compounding comes into play. That surplus you created needs to be put to work in assets that will grow over time, like low-cost index funds, real estate, or your own business. Don't let it sit in a checking account where inflation can eat away at its value. The goal is to turn your active income from your job into passive income from your investments. This is how you eventually reach the point where your money is working harder for you than you are working for your money. This is the core of financial independence. And finally, the fourth and most critical step, repeat, and repeat, and repeat, for years, for decades. This is the part where the shortcut seekers give up. Wealth isn't built in a day, it's built day by day. It's the result of thousands of good decisions made consistently over time. It's about choosing the boring, proven path over the exciting, risky shortcut. It requires discipline when you want to splurge, patience when the market is down, and the wisdom to stick to the plan for the long haul. Forget the get-rich-quick schemes, embrace the get-rich-for-sure formula, and you'll build a level of wealth that is real, sustainable, and truly yours. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the dangers of lifestyle inflation and over-leveraging to the paralysis of optimization and the lure of shortcuts. We've talked about Dave the Saver, Lisa the fake entrepreneur, and Tyler the shortcut seeker. Each of these money traps is unique, but they all share a common thread. The master lesson here is that no matter which trap you find yourself falling into, the escape always comes down to the same 3 core principles: discipline, patience, and wisdom. These are the pillars that support all lasting financial success, and without them, any strategy is doomed to fail. Discipline is the engine of your financial journey. It's the force that allows you to spend less than you earn, even when you get a raise. It's what makes you stick to your automated savings plan month after month, even when you'd rather spend the money. Patience is your fuel. It's the ability to invest in a boring index fund and let it compound for 30 years without panicking during market downturns. It's the understanding that real estate isn't a get-rich-quick scheme, but a long-term game, and wisdom is your compass. It's knowing that building a real business takes systems, not just hard work, and that your well-being is more important than optimizing every last penny. Remember, it's not about finding the single perfect strategy. There is no secret formula that works for everyone. It's about finding a good strategy, like earning more, spending less, and investing the difference, and then having the discipline and patience to stick with it for the long haul. Consistency will always beat intensity. A decent plan that you follow for 20 years will produce infinitely better results than a brilliant plan that you abandon after 2 months. The path to financial freedom is a marathon, not a sprint, and the biggest obstacle is usually our own impatience and desire for a shortcut. So, as you move forward, take a moment to reflect on which of these traps might be holding you back. Are you letting your lifestyle creep up with your income? Are you chasing shiny objects? Are you paralyzed by the need to be perfect? The good news is that every single one of these traps has a clear escape route. It begins with awareness, and it's built with consistent, disciplined action over time. The power to change your financial future is entirely in your hands. Thank you so much for watching, and if you got any value out of this video, please do me a favor and hit that like button, Let me know your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more. The information provided in this content is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered financial, legal, or tax advice. Always consult with a qualified financial advisor, tax professional, or legal counsel before making any financial decisions. The creator of this content is not responsible for any actions taken based on the information provided. Investments and financial decisions carry risk, and past performance does not guarantee future results.